Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to let you guys know very quickly, while we were backstage, the StreamYard went completely black with spinnies. So hopefully we don't have interruptions in the connection tonight. So if we do, we'll probably be back on. So hopefully, knock on wood, no interruptions. Hi, Autumn, and thank you to the super chats. I didn't catch the names.
Epiphany and Sylvia, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
hey, Autumn.
Hi, Autumn. We're probably going to end up veering off in different directions tonight. You know how it goes. One question leads to another that leads to another. So, Jenny, you want to start us off with some of your questions that we have tonight?
I want to know, well, first of all, I got to move Artie. Hang on. Oh, thank you, Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. Thank you. Oh, Artie got moved.
Already got moved. Will Lindsey Graham get charged with an accessory after the fact? You know, calling the governor or calling the, what you call it down in Georgia and stuff, the Secretary of State and other things he's done for Trump. Will he ever get charged as an accessory after the fact?
Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know, not to do too much TMI. I haven't been on that much this week. I've been struggling with vertigo. So I'm medicated right now. If I sound dry mouth, it's the medication, and I'm drinking loads of water. So if I appear loopy, that's what it is. So I'm sorry I wasn't on. It was just my head wasn't there.
I told Becca if she starts getting too loopy, we'll just make fart noises.
so yeah, sorry about that, you guys.
So Lindsey Graham, is he going to get charged with an accessory after the fact? I think he's going to get investigated for it. I got the magician on the bottom. Thank you, Rose. I got the magician on the bottom, the sleight of hand. What are you getting, Johnny?
I don't know exactly what he's being charged for, but there is something coming. Has something to do with his schemes with his Republican buddies. I got the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. So whatever he was doing, scheming with them, there's the Justice and the Page of Pentacles, which means there's a legal document coming. So some sort of subpoena, some sort of request for your presence, sir. Here's the government and the law. And this does center also around his job. So it's something he did while on the clock. So yes, there will be a judgment upon him. We just have to wait and see exactly what it is, but it could be a whole host of things because I just get legal trouble.
Yeah, I get like working with the White House on like quid pro quo or bribery or something to that effect. Something to do with security also and thievery. And yeah, he's got the tower sitting on top of him right now. Someone is going to move forward with an investigation. There will be an action taken against him. I feel like it's going to be after Trump is out. That's when Lindsey's fortunes change and he gets an offer he doesn't like.
Hi, Lori. I pulled the line of 5 just because I was prompted to. There's something here, an obstacle, a delay, obstruction here. And then a new direction, success, the spotlight on him. This is a positive card and it's closest to him. So I pulled 2 more for clarifiers. I got the key and the ring, meaning there's a strong chance because of an important promise, a significant promise that he made, a significant commitment, promise, contract. So probably.
Okay. My next question is about Ken Paxton, the Attorney General from Texas that did the bogus lawsuit that went to SCOTUS, that they said, yeah, we're not going to hear that case. He was charged in 2015 for securities fraud. And then in October of 2020, his assistants reported him for abuse of power and bribery. So did he do this whole lawsuit with the Supreme Court just to try to get a pardon out of Trump? Is he getting a pardon?
You know, that's that was Keith Olbermann's take on the situation too, is that he's trying to get a pardon out of Trump.
Because he's in some deep doo-doo with his own assistants. Whistleblowing.
Not just federal, but also state as well, which Trump can't do nothing about state unless he strong arms people down at the state to try to get him off, but or FBI or whatever. So Richard Paxton,
he just got indicted. They hadn't indicted him yet, but on Friday they indicted him for those charges his assistants brought him up on. So now he's indicted.
Richard Paxton angling for a pardon.
Indicted on federal charges?
Yes.
Thank you, Judy, and everyone else. I'm sorry, I'm off tonight, you guys.
I say yes, and he's going to get it. He was the supportive man to Trump. There was definitely tit for tat going on, that bribery going on. The challenge was the case wasn't balanced. But yeah, circle of support for Trump. It's something that they talked about, like, I'll do this for you. I'll do the lawsuit if you give me a pardon, and there's the pardon. Now his fortunes are still going to change because of things he's done in his past in secret. So he's got some other surprises coming for him. He's going to be put in defense mode over some other things, but yeah, he's getting a pardon.
What are you getting, Johnny?
So the frightened child with the page is trying to escape with the Six of Swords. Yes, indeed, he does want something. He wants a gift. That was the first card that popped, the first word that popped into my head, and then there it was. He wants a gift. You do have some working together here with the Temperance and the Four of Wands. So there's some working together with the White House. It has not been completed yet, but there might be some commitment to plans coming down the pike, but he's afraid for the future. So he's going to do whatever he can, beg, borrow, and steal, to try to get Donald Trump's favor. So Nine of Swords and the Moon, he is afraid of everything in the dark. Anything that goes bump in the night, he's afraid. He might need a depender to himself.
I'm getting, oh, thank you, Suzanne. I'm getting a yes. He's arguing here. There's a network, a congregation of people, perhaps everybody that he got on board with him, the large body of people. And then there's generosity here. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
So Glenn Kirshner, if you watched his video on Saturday, he was talking about that he thinks William Barr already has a pardon in his pocket, a secret pardon, because when the president pardons someone, you don't have to make it public knowledge. So has Trump already given a pocket pardon, a secret pardon to William Barr? Has he already secured his pardon? So now he's going a little bit rogue by saying, oh, it was a fair election.
Can he? Let me see what the
because once he's brought up on charges, if he's brought up on charges purely for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, he can pull this pardon out of his pocket and say, oh no, I've got a pardon. And, you know, they would want to keep it quiet that our AG that's supposed to not be, you know, influenced by the president has a pardon in his pocket. So does he have a pardon in his pocket? For those of you asking questions in chat, and I know Larry Girl always posts this, but we take questions on our community tabs before we go live on Sunday nights. We usually post either Saturday night or sometimes Sunday to take questions. So just check out our community tabs and you can put your questions in there.
What are you guys getting?
I get no. That he doesn't have one. There's conversations about the election still. And the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups is where I get the no. There is no pardon in the pocket. But there is conversations with the Page of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, about this imbalance and this throwing him off balance and where's his celebration? Because this is still about him. If he can turn things around for him and turn it around for Trump, then he'll do whatever he wants. But right now, the burden is still trying to climb to the higher ground. So he is not able to defend his in particular actions. He is not able to defend why it is Trump didn't win and so forth and so forth. So Trump is still putting weight upon Barr, and then Barr is kind of like, well, you know what? You didn't win. So I'm going to tell everybody. What
is the card with the dog on it?
The 10 of Wands.
Those are interesting cards. They look more like oracle cards.
Mm-hmm.
From over here, from a distance.
They kind of read that way too, because mind you, the 10, they're not they're kind, because this is Doreen Virtue, so it's about angels and God. So it's not really, the Tower is a kind card, and the 10 of Swords is a kind card. So you have to know what you're doing to read these type of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there's a delay in knowing about if there's a pardon, because he's seeking some answers for Trump on some other things, but you know he's got the sword of truth on him. Thank you, Dottie, because the things he's done with the Justice Department, the government, Russia, and the Republicans, and here he sits stuck in the middle of all of it with the White House. But I get after he retires or is out of office and somebody moves forward with like an indictment or subpoena, I get he's going to produce something tangible out of his pocket.
I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no. I get that he has knowledge of criminality and thievery that's making him nervous. And also knowledge of obstructions and delays here. But this is saying no. It's like he knows what he did and how he was involved, but no, he doesn't have one. That's what I'm getting. So,
what will Trump's reaction to the Electoral College vote be like tomorrow?
Yeah. Mm.
No fart noises from me tonight, you guys.
It's more of a hair pulling thing now.
You don't have to make the noise. It still is in my memory so strongly that I keep replaying it in my head.
So what will his reaction be tomorrow?
Yeah, to the Electoral College votes tomorrow. Yeah, when Biden wins again.
For the 800th time.
Biden's going to be the first president in history to win like 800 times, dude.
Trump just lost again Friday, I think, in Wisconsin or something like that.
What a schmuck.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we got something interesting coming up this week.
We all getting when you're ready.
I'm getting he's going to be very burdened, very weighed down, but he's going to, immediately start lying and trying to manipulate something because he doesn't accept the Electoral College vote. And it'll be the same old thing he's done in the past. And he'll try to say it's a cover-up and that he's got knowledge. Yeah, this is about going within and having knowledge. He's got knowledge of something, and he's going to start bringing some kind of truth out on somebody in the Republican Party that is like wham, like sudden, like wham, because they didn't fight for him. His circle of support did not fight for him. And therefore, the president is Biden. But he's going to start letting people in the Republican Party have it.
Maybe he rats out Mitch McConnell.
Well, you had the Proud Boys there at the White House, purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube, at the White House on Saturday. So, maybe he's going to start putting targets on the backs of some of the Republicans.
It doesn't surprise me because remember that grand tableau that you guys helped me with? It was right there. Armed people around federal buildings and stuff. And then right after that was when they plotted to kidnap the governor in Michigan. And now this, it's like, I'm not surprised at all. What are you getting, Johnny? Do you know?
He's got the sad eyebrows.
Because okay, well, I get the same thing with the government person. He wants to do something to burden the government. So I don't know if he wants to do some sort of shutdown, if he wants to do some sort of executive order. He wants to do something to make it seem like he's still powerful because he got to big himself up.
Like everything down.
There's somebody here with the Two of Cups, though, and the High Priestess. He does want to go full Yenta and tell all their business. I don't know who that is. I did some these thingies, Kipper cards.
It's somebody close to him.
There is a main male here. There's a gift and a lot of money. High honors. This is a person who he may be trying to either tell about how somebody won or where somebody's money is coming from too. But I also get the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles. So he is trying to throw somebody off balance because it is accompanied by the Fool. There is also going to be a talk about the opposition. So This might even be a Nancy Pelosi because whoever it is, powerful woman does appear in the Kipper too. So there's going to be talks about a woman, but this is a woman on the other side. So he's going to go and probably make some sort of speech or make some sort of something to where he looks like he's still in power. But yes, he wants to burden the government and somebody in it.
Woo, get your
Becca.
ready. I'm getting that he knows he's out of luck here with the clover and the scythe. He's out of luck, and there's a significant, huge problem ahead of him with the key in the mountain. However, he's still feeling pretty independent. And with that said, this is a lovely, lovely opportunity to make a significant amount of money. So fundraisers, more rallies, blah, blah, blah. Just keep grifting people. That's what I'm getting. He turns that bad into good because now he can just scam the suckers and the MAGAs. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. So ESNS is the manufacturer of voting machines. They're the number one seller. Like they sold over $500,000 worth of voting machines in 2020 to people. So they're owned partially by the McCarthy group, who donates a lot to Republicans and their super PACs. And the Dems have called for investigations into them. Other groups have called for investigations into them. And you know how Trump projects like whatever he's doing himself. So if he has his lawyer saying, oh, Dominion voting machines, it's probably something they're doing themselves. Well, ESNS voting machines are used in South Carolina, Texas, Florida, and Kentucky. And interesting, Becca and I were talking about this before in Kentucky with so few Republican voters in a couple of the Democratic counties, how many votes Trump got and McConnell got in a low Republican county. So I want to know, will the ESNS voter machines, will they ever get investigated? And then I want to know, is that part of how Mitch McConnell won and Lindsey Graham by manipulating voter machines technology? Everything that they accused Dominion of doing, did they do it through ESNS? It's interesting. First card I get is anxiety. They are really anxious about anyone looking into those voting machines, everyone involved, because there's some overseas influence on them. So they are holding them very close to the chest, so to speak, and are watching and waiting to see if there's an investigation. They're like trying to not get into one. But I get Nancy is going to get some answers. She's going to seek some answers, and it's going to tie into Russia, Republicans, Trump, things done in the dark of night, some chaos that was going on. And I get my big old fat sun card. Yes, somebody's going to investigate them because there's a collaboration behind those voting machines. Now, I don't know if those are part of the ones that Ivanka owns part of them.
I don't think so. Hi, Ian. What are you getting, Johnny?
I get that there is a fight about them. At the Five of Wands. The Tower is here. So there is a desire for them to actually be removed and taken apart or whatever the case may be to actually investigate them. The problem is you have to get whoever is in charge or in power here with the Emperor card to actually want to do something about it. You have the Hangman right next to them in the Seven of Cups. You either don't know how to proceed or this gets stuck in perpetual fighting, just back and forth. I know this, I hate this, I don't like that, and so if you can get it out of the entanglement of bureaucracy and actually get it into a court and get it going in the right direction, then something will be done about it. But if it's just a constant fight, then we'll be using them next time.
I'm getting now. Here's the technology with the stars. It's cut off there. It's deeply rooted. It's stuck. It's growing. It's not going anywhere. Why? Because of contracts. It's not moving. Is that how Mitch McConnell won? Here's the votes. There was a lot of generosity for Mitch. That's how Mitch won. Is that how Lindsey Graham won? Not exactly. He was too small. He had a loss. It came through negotiating with an entourage or people in the administration here. So I get a no.
Yeah, I get a yes on Mitch. Also, like a lot of votes that were changed, and Tower like done suddenly, like boom, big download of a bunch of votes.
Mm-hmm.
I get they both needed to win.
Oh, absolutely.
I
hate my guts.
I did the runes. I got Urus. I got this is Untamed. This is something that comes in an amount that is not normal. So this is not, one vote. It's one vote. It's like one vote equals 10 votes. So every time a person voted, the total shot all the way up. Because then you have Ahos. Ahos is teamwork. So this is Untamed teamwork, and then Gebo is gifts. So this is not anything earned. This is something given. For oh boy, I got Hagalos in Algiz. Algiz is warding off. No, this is Naufitz. Naufitz is desperation. Hagalos is danger. This is bad weather. This is something that is horrible and destructive. Then you get Algiz. This is warding off danger. So this would be people throwing away your votes. So something interfered so that he wouldn't lose. But neither one of those is a normal thing.
Thank you, Asia. Okay, so does Trump see Rudy as an asset or a liability? Rope melting Rudy, crematorium, Four Seasons adult bookstore Giuliani. Is he an asset or a liability to Trump? How does Trump see him?
I don't know if it's necessarily liability or an asset. It's more along the lines of I can't get rid of him because he really does have insurance. Now, mind you, Trump is not a person who knows how to Google and deep dive and vet people either. So he does believe him to be a competent lawyer because he knows the best people. But I have the Hierophant here in the Ace of Cups. He will always have a position wherever Trump is because for whatever reason, he just drank the Kool-Aid. But he does have an investment on him too because the devil is here. So there is a bit of puppeteering going on. So Rudy will never be without a job as long as Trump is alive. It ended in the Six of Cups, which something is not really built to maturity. So I clarified it with the 5 of Swords. He is bullied into having a job, but I don't think that's even necessary because Trump would not get rid of him anyway. Because again, he doesn't really see Rudy for what he is. I think Rudy talks a big game behind scenes and Trump buys it. So I think he just drunk the Kool-Aid, but he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I think Trump sees him as strong because, you know, when he lost the White House, you know, here comes Rudy charging into action as a lawyer, you know, but the challenge is he is burdened by him, but he doesn't see him as a burden. He sees that Rudy doesn't accept that Trump lost, and that he is in his corner and keeps getting the plans off the ground for these lawsuits. I do get the bullying card too. So Rudy may have the upper hand a little bit here with Trump. But he's a good brainstormer. Like he comes up with new plans like, okay, well that one ended. Let's do something else. You know, like he keeps brainstorming with them of different ways to go about this.
I'm getting, for an asset, he's getting a lot of celebrity for all of the losses, and because he's freaking batshit crazy here with the mice. But he's very, very, very passionate about it. Okay, is he a liability? No, and in part with what Johnny says, because the friend can expose him if he doesn't do what he says. Rudy knows about something here.
He knows about the quid pro quo with Ukraine. He probably knows about stuff with Mr. Epps.
Yep. So
he's got something on him, just like Trump's got something on Lindsey Graham.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do some of your questions for a while, Becca?
Yes. So Ron DeSatan, as Lori likes to call him, sent out a bunch of cops to raid Rebecca Johnson's house. Rebecca Johnson was the doctor or the scientist that was working on the COVID database in Florida. Are there going to be any consequences on DeSantis for that scheme? Because there's a whole thing going on over there with the judge, and the judge had only been appointed 30 days, and then they got the warrant and they sent the cops to the lady's house and raided her house. And I mean,
at gunpoint against her children and her husband.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That video is crazy. And she was showing that DeSatan was not posting real numbers. He wasn't releasing real numbers in Florida.
Yep.
So is DeSatan going to finish his term, or is he get investigated before then? I think he's safe, and I think it's because he's got a whole network down there that works with him, you know, that are Republicans also. He's got strength among people he's known for a long time. So he holds the power, and he knows everybody's watching him, but he holds the power. He can bully any of these Republicans anytime he wants, just like he probably is connected to the judges and everything that and the people that were involved in the Mr. Epps case down there. He knows them all. I get he's secured because he can pay anybody off. And I get he's also stealing some big money from Florida. Big money. So I don't get his term is going to be a problem. But once he's out of office, then he's got a fight on his hands. Then he might be going to jail. But as long as he's sitting there as governor, I think he's okay. Like, he's safe. I'll put it that way.
What are you getting, Johnny?
Same thing. I get the fortune favors him here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles. The fortune favors him. Everything, possibly even legally, might favor him. The Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, somebody is paid off. Might have something to do with a judge here because she is at the root of it, or this card is at the root of it. That's just judges, male or female. The burden, the sudden burden here does have a mystery around it. That part will be illuminated, but there's nothing that's going to happen to him. The devil is secure in this in particular thing. All has to do with money. Money made it secure. So the right people are paid off in the right places.
That's got to be the crookedest state in the country.
And it's horrible.
It's sorry, Lori. We'll send
Yeah,
you
sorry, Lori.
there.
This is what I'm getting. There's going to be news coming forward where his career suffers because of some sort of contract or agreement that he's involved with, or a link here, some sort of a link where he's linked somehow in his career. And there's news coming out about something significantly that is lost and stolen here. Thievery.
Thievery, money, he's stealing.
Career commitment, new worries, new anxiety, new problems, new thievery, painful news coming forward because there's evidence he stole something. So that's what I'm getting. So maybe not so much for the raid on this woman's house, but there's something coming up with him stealing. There's a shortage somewhere.
There's big money involved.
Something's been diminished. Okay, so the Electoral College votes tomorrow. Will the Republicans try to do anything to delay or stop the vote? Because they can, I don't know if it's the House or the Senate, they can just say no, 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 no. And then it goes through this whole other process. And I'm sorry, my brain isn't functioning right now. But will the GOP try to delay or stop the electoral certification tomorrow?
Devil on the bottom, you better believe they're going to be trying to do something. You know, whatever it is, I think it's like a quick stab in the back. Like they try to do something and it delays it for a little bit. But, you know, the challenge is there's a new start and the votes are cast. So, you know, good news, the votes are cast. America wins. In other words, democracy wins. So, but there's something that they lie about, that they try to sabotage. It's a betrayal. There's something, and it's a man. So I keep hearing Lindsey Graham. I don't know why, but there's a man that tries to do something to delay it, but it moves into action anyway. So,
and there's something also on January 6th, and I can't think of it off the top of my head that they're supposed to be voting on or something. But go ahead, Johnny.
I get the change goes through.
That's what I get too. They're going to try, because this person is suffering, and they're trying to elevate this man, improve this man, give this man more, make him better here. But the votes here still go through, and they remain pure.
Yeah.
So it's just going to, it's going to be a crapshoot. But
it's going to be some verbal crap before they start, accepting the counts.
Here's a good one. Trump keeps screaming about voter fraud and election fraud. And, if you look at the statistics, Democratic voter fraud on the Democratic side is like insignificant. But when you look at the Republican side, it's through the roof. So, will Donald Trump and the GOP be caught for election fraud?
Because they project everything they're doing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because mind you, there is circumstantial evidence, as in the post office debacle and bags of votes and stuff, but you have to trace that back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know.
I think that's why he's so pissed off, because he did everything he could to cheat from the beginning with months of preparation, and he still lost. Like,
and if anybody had dead people voting for them, it was Trump, because of all the people that went to his rallies and then voted.
Yeah.
January 6th is the date Congress accepts the votes.
Okay.
They're saying in chat.
Okay, thank you.
886 hours left for the Trump era. Countdown. Somebody in the inner circle within the government, so someone like a Mitch or
Jenny, you froze.
In tight with the Republican Party, who doesn't accept the votes, and power plays them, is in for the fight of their life. Right now, they're holding everything very close to their chest because there's no investigations on it. But surprise, you get a subpoena. Somebody is bullying the votes. There's a pretty substantial vote count that has been messed with, and I get legal problems in Victory with it. So somebody is going to get a subpoena about it. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you, Holly. What are you getting, Johnny?
I do get luck will run out for someone. I got the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. So someone will have some very bad luck with this. I cannot see who. It might either be around a supportive person of the president, or it could be a woman, but I don't know who that would be, unless the Loeffler lady wins or something like that. But there is a supportive person around him, but there will be a lot of talks about it. So this is not one of those, case dismissed in 2 days type of thing. With the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, there's going to be a lot of yapping, a lot of back and forth, a lot of talking heads on this in particular situation. But yeah, somebody does kind of get called to the carpet for it. Yeah.
I'm getting that there's knowledge about how the elections go. There's knowledge. Also secrets about the elections, but no, this is a loss, an ending. So it's almost like they know the games that are being played, but no. Also knowledge about multiples that are dead here. So we could be looking at, once they start looking at, oh, look, we have 220,000 dead people that voted, but it's like, it's no here. And they're happy with the minority here and then the ballots. So it's almost like rule by minority, which they've got the whole country gerrymandered in a way that it's like almost impossible to undo. But, well, not impossible. You just got to get somebody in there that's willing to make the changes. So Here's another one. Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman. Haven't heard about them for a while. Someone posted a question that the FBI has their phones. I haven't been able to validate that. So they wanted to know if the FBI is going to be able to crack their phones. So I'm going to start asking if the FBI has Lev and Igor's cell phones.
I thought when they were first arrested, their technology was all confiscated, like, like cell phones, computers.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, it's the FBI. You know what I mean? They have some of the most advanced forensics computer people out there. Like,
Justice card fell out. I'm curious if this.
Now, if it's an iPhone, it's different.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with Apple. Yeah, but you can just get a court order.
I get a yes. They've got them. They know that that there was thievery going on, and had been watching them for a while. Thievery going on between Russia and like a subordinate to the king. So they have them trapped. They have everything. Yeah, I get completion. Like they've got everything on them they need for them. What I'm getting is they're trying to look at who in their past also cooperated with them. So there's about to be a big change because they're looking at others that get pulled into that. But I get a big old yes. The FBI's got their stuff.
What are you getting, Johnny?
Okay. My screen was behind. Like your mouse was moving before the cards and stuff was popping up. I give yes, ultimately, but there is some imbalance here first. The Two of Pentacles, and then there's a bunch of little things that have to be initiated. So there's a new person or new whatever here with the it's more like a branch or agency or some sort of cyber warfare type of thing here with a new person coming in to, I guess, decipher things. And then here with the new opportunity, this may need to be, again, a court order. And I have other cards that kind of line with that. To go with the new action, there's a judge and justice. So there might be a court order that has to come about first. But with the Hermit card here, yes, there will be some investigation into their technology altogether. So yes.
I feel like Barr has stalled their case for right now, their federal case, because I get a yes on that because of new starts with Russia that they're all aware of. So it's something right now. That's why we haven't heard much about this case. Like we're kind of out in the cold. It's going to have to be reopened by the next AG to get it pushing it through.
I'm getting that yes, they have their phones and it has exposed criminality here. There is new suffering for this man. And then there's criminality and thievery that is exposed. For the phones, oh yeah, it's going to be a cakewalk for the FBI to hack or not hack, but get into the phones. That's something that's easy, pleasurable. This could be like your phone, your tablet, your computer, a deck of cards, literally. And then the choice that is made by someone that is wise. So if a judge says yes, easy, quick, one and done. So it's not hard at all for them to get in there. Here's a question. That schmuck we haven't heard about in quite a while, who kind of slithered back into the hole he crawled out from under, Louis DeJoy. Well, let's get an update on him and what's going on with him. Because tried as he might have, he just didn't delay the votes enough. So
He lost too.
mhm.
My Republican card and tower just fell out.
I'm going to ask mine. I'm going to pull a box spread, Louis DeJoy, over the next 3 months real quick, because I don't know what to ask.
All I know is I have to keep shuffling again because I keep seeing the devil on the bottom. I won't look at the bottom. Oh, and he turns up again anyway.
Devil had something to say.
He's got a lawsuit still coming. He's corrupt. He's like sitting here keen for a day and investigators charging in because he moved an abundance of votes. He moved an abundance of things. And this is bringing really harsh judgment on him. The case looks like it's going to be very strong. I get that there's a lot of anxiety on his part. And I get, it's a legal case. Like he gets the tower. He took a lot of money for it too, or he made a lot of campaign donations that'll also get investigated. Like he probably made donations for a pardon, bribed for a pardon.
You're probably one of them. What are you getting, Johnny?
I get for the next 7 months, I'll say, because 7 years seems a lot. So I'll say 7 months, he's going to have a lot of burden put upon him. His future is going to be ruled by secrets in court. So some more stuff is actually coming out about him. The High Priestess in the Page of Pentacles is here. So there is going to be some documents, some emails, text messages, voice, whatever, a whole bunch of stuff that is still yet to come. So he's still got some trouble on the way. There will be an investigation. It will be for his work in the Trump administration. So yes, he's got a lot of trouble coming his way, and it has something to do with his authority and his abuse of power.
I'm getting that what's over his head. He's been persistently donating to conservatives here. So, because he's got the sun. The sun closes this box spread. So he thinks, well, I've given you everybody so much, I'm untouchable. But there's business contracts that he's involved in that get exposed. And also something that he has done either on a boat. So he may have like a literal vessel, like a boat, that gets exposed. So I don't know, cars, boats, perhaps private jets or whatever, but it's almost like tax evasion. Like this is not where it's supposed to be, if that makes sense.
Or he might have moved some votes with a boat too. Remember when they caught Bannon? It was a postal service boat that.
Yeah, because these land this way. If it would have been this way, he's reached his goal, he's reached his destination. Something has been uprooted and it's not where it's supposed to be. So it has to do with either a boat, a truck. This is something that is motorized that takes you long distances. And he gets exposure for that too. There's exposure around his career contracts that he's made while in that department. Also him moving forward over the next 3 months, it's kind of like he's almost like he feels untouchable, even though there's a lot that gets exposed about him. He's still on an easy path, easy journey, but that's only 3 months. Let me see. Business and business contracts are exposed. There's something about a ship, a plane, or something that is not where it's supposed to be. It's like a retirement boat, a peaceful boat, a truck, car, something like that that gets exposed. But I don't see the mail here because the mail would be the letter. The writer would be the delivery. So I don't know if this is in regards to...
So it's personal.
Yeah, it's like personal stuff here. That's
the personal stuff that he moves somewhere.
But it all comes out.
It's the personal stuff he moved.
It's not where it's supposed to be.
Oh, happy Hanukkah, by the way, to any of our Jewish watchers.
Happy Hanukkah.
It is. I get vessel too.
So maybe it's like a Betsy DeVos thing where I have 800 boats and they're all registered in the Cayman Islands or somewhere, so I don't have to pay taxes. Something like that.
In the water.
Huh?
I get it's in the water.
It's in the water?
It's interesting. I get the Ace of Cups, which is overflowing with water.
I get winter too.
Mm-hmm. I did too with the lilies and the mountain. Those are winters.
It does get exposed with the Sun card. It's something that he's been doing for a long time, but it's something he also did a new version of. And here in the past, I got the Devil and Trump pulled out together. So it's something, he did with the government, with his position in the government, with the Devil and Trump, so with other corrupt people. Thought he had strength in it and everything, but it's in the circle of support, the tight group around them. It's about to get blown out of the water, judgment and illumination. So you're getting it's in the water, it's about to get blown out of the water.
What else did you get, Johnny?
Well, I did runes.
What are your runes saying?
Radio is the vessel.
Oh, are those your new rune cards?
Yes.
Oh, how cool.
Then I get Hagalas. Hagalas is bad weather, but Isa would be ice. So if I combine the two, this is winter. And then I get Yera, which is time of the year, but it is in reverse. So this is something premature. So this is harvest. So this is something you take at a specific time. This is premature. It went before it was time, or it is in a place like you said, like it's not supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It is out of place. It is not in the right place. Tiwas is like justice and fairness and honesty and truth and things of that nature. It's right below Hagalah, so there is some deception. There is some even illegality going on here. And it is right next to radio, which means something illegal is on that boat or on that vessel or has something to do with that vessel. Then there's Fehu. Fehu is about money. It's also about fees, possessions, won or otherwise. So there is not just financial stakes on there, but I think it's something a little deeper or different. There's something a little more sort of interconnected there. It's not just money, it's something else. It's like, I don't know if it's a smuggle type thing, but there's something encased with the ice here too. There's something encased there that needs to be raided and found.
Yep. Interesting. You keep saying ice. I wonder if it has to do with ice. I mean, we have this whole thing at the border now where they're letting Mexicans come in to guard. What was that video about, Becca? They're guarding the border wall.
The maggots over there that are all happy for the border wall, turns out that the contractors that are supposed to be building the border wall are paying Mexicans that are armed to keep people from coming over, and they're like stealing a bunch of stuff. And I mean, they're
coming in illegally to guard the border wall on a dirt road they built.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, and ICE is the one that authorized it, somebody in ICE. So I wonder if that's why this ICE card keeps coming up, Johnny.
Maybe because I'm getting something here that is quite dangerous in some sort of an institution, and there's thievery. He's also worried about the danger that he's exposed to and being isolated here for criminality, so going to jail. And there's new news coming out about him. Now, this right here is all institutions, courts, government, enterprise, corporations. It could quite literally be like a tower that is new or small. But there's a sudden loss. There's news of a sudden loss coming out about that. So, and I got the ring earlier, so I'm wondering, and Johnny's like getting, what were you getting on the runes, Johnny? Like something's out of place, something's not supposed to be there.
Because Yara is in its upright position is harvest or time of year. This could also indicate fall or autumn. In reverse, this is premature or something out of place, something that is not within the regular scheme of things. This is out of place. And it is reversed. And I also get, like if this was autumn, say for instance, the fall season, we shouldn't be having two things that have some, because Hagalos means precipitation. So that's where you get the bad weather and stuff from. And then you have ice, so something possibly in the winter would be in the fall. So something is completely out of place here.
I want to ask,
and it might be a possession. So
yeah, I'm wondering, could it be something valuable, like jewelry? Because I got down his column, it was fish man ring, and I read it as his business contract, entrepreneurial contracts. But literally, the ring is jewelry, or it's something of high value, not money, but something of high value.
These could be rocks, so it could be jewels.
Interesting. Well, we'll find out soon enough, y'all. What did you want to read on, Jenny?
I was curious if they're smuggling stuff at the border, whether drugs, jewels, whatever. Are they smuggling things at the border?
Don Jr.'s got to get his kick somehow.
Thank you. Bannon, who was helping to raise money for the wall, and now he's got a court case on that. Are they enabling like something to be smuggled at the border?
Who?
The people that these contractors are hiring, the unvetted armed Mexicans, and then paving dirt roads for them, like for them to be able to get in.
Come in quicker. Yeah, come in quicker. Well, they had a shooting incident at one of the locations. Like, okay, you let him come in illegally with a gun across the border.
do. Okay, never mind. Are they overseeing construction or are they just guarding the wall?
I think they're overseeing construction.
Of the wall.
Not to mention that they've like quadruple charged the federal government. I mean, which we all knew that anyways. It's just one big hustle. That's all it is. We've known since day one.
I get there's going to be an investigation because somebody's fortunes change with something tangible from overseas. So like, something coming in or something going out, this is commerce. And I get it involves Putin and Trump. And possibly two others. There's a big cover up about it. There's maybe also another foreign leader involved. Something's going to crash and burn in that. So smuggling at the border, I'm not getting a yes on that, but I'm picking up on something else that is going on overseas kind of.
So, I'm going to say yes, just to make it plain, but I get that there might be something stranger. Okay. This is why I asked if they were actually overseeing the construction part, because here's with the 10 of Pentacles. This is your work. And the 6 of Pentacles, there is something coming through with the work. Almost like you were hiding something in supplies or something of that nature. I do get the 5 of Pentacles in the Death card. There is always a shortage of something. Like you bring something in and then it dramatically decreases in something. So if you brought something in at such and such a weight, then when you unwrap it, then the weight goes down or something of that nature. I do get with the runes, I get Ahas. This is teamwork. So there is something in a teamwork aspect. I do get Ingwas, but I get it reversed. Ingwas is about agriculture, or it could even be sexuality or something of that nature. In reverse, it is movement without change. So there is pretend progress. You get all these supplies, you go and look, and they say, yes, we got this up, but it's always been up. So it's a movement without change. And then I get Fehu, which is, again, money and possessions. So there is some sort of, I don't know if it's, I'm going to call it smuggling, yes. But there's a deal going on there. That's a little hotspot that's a little store down there.
Oh, Johnny, you froze.
It's like a thing for money laundering or something.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's some sort of deal going on down there.
I don't think he froze. I think Becca froze.
Oh,
my whole screen just went black. Now you're frozen. Johnny, can you talk?
Yes, can you hear me?
It's you, Becca. We've been able to talk.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're about to lose Becca.
Oh, she's put buffering again.
She's doing jazz hands.
Okay. No, because it keeps going black on my end.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. I'm getting that there are some serious problems here that I don't get smuggling. And if there is smuggling, it's not really smuggling from across the border. It's defrauding people, taxpayers. I get that there's a lot of pain and suffering and a huge cover up by the entourage that's lying about a problem here. I also, in that article that video that I sent you, Jenny, contractors, which are his buddies, which I guarantee you got a no bid contract to build that stupid wall, will charge the government for running like a forklift or something or a tractor or a crane for like 18 hours when they've really only ran it for 2 or 3. There was a whistleblower in regards to that. So it's like they're covering up and they're lying about
overcharging on everything.
Overcharging everybody on everything. It's a freaking disaster. But what do you expect from a bunch of grifters?
So I had a viewer on my community tab asked, has Trump stolen more than $1 billion from the coffers. Has Trump stolen from the U.S. government and from the taxpayers? Has he stolen more than $1 billion from us in his time as president? To take himself back to billionaire status that he never had. Geez, I would not want these cards.
I get a no for more than $1 billion.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley.
You get, and thank you, Linda. I think we missed her earlier. Did you get that he's stealing anything?
I'm getting that there's knowledge about it and there's secrets about it. Something around foreign policy. It's not direct. It's not like he does it through policy, if you see what I'm saying. So it's not like he's going to Steve Mnuchin and saying, hey, kick me back some of that. It's done through policy. There's someone here that is a friend, that is loyal, that is a guide. There's a transfer journey foreign, and then there's policy here.
Yeah, so it's like, I'll give you this through foreign policy and you give me a kickback.
Yeah. He is taking it, but it's not direct, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm getting no for more than $1 billion. I get no. No.
I don't think it's more than $1 billion either, because I don't get a yes card for that, but there is an imbalance in what he's doing because his everyday job is stealing every day. Victory on that every single day, and stealing from who? The 2.5 Republicans and us, the families, because he thinks he stands on a higher ground. Like, I can just take from you guys. It's dark money. It's treacherous. There's a whole hidden agenda behind it. He changes contracts. So he gets it through contracts, and then there he is, the devil in the tower. I mean, you can't get any worse than that with the moon, the devil, the tower, the death card. He's about to get snagged in it.
I wanted to arms deals. Somebody was saying in the comments, arms deals.
Yeah,
that would fit into this. Also, anytime that he goes on vacation to Mar-a-Lago, the people that go with him, the people that are loyal, that are there to protect him, going on vacation, policy, something that is written. So jacking up the prices, this is like a car or a vehicle, like jacking up the prices on the golf carts.
Yeah, make the military
overseas. He does it, but it comes through policy. It's not direct.
Making the military stay at his place in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting, Johnny? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
Same thing. I get the devil first, and then it's not no to the billion, and it's not a direct he put his hand in the cookie jar type thing. I also get the 8 of Wands, which could be your trips and your travel through the air type thing. Here with the Queen of Cups, it is something to support the long run. So this is a kickback for, say for instance, there is going to be a check periodically to upkeep such and such, like his residence at Mar-a-Lago, or wherever it is that he's going to stay. We have to pay for that to be secure, and so he can overcharge for that or get the kickback for it, blah blah blah. Because I get the gift and I get the long road. This is something that is long term. So he has He's wrote himself a check from our bank account for the next several years, type of thing.
He's done renovations at Mar-a-Lago and in Scotland, and his hotel in DC on the taxpayer dime too, for security purposes.
Yeah,
So the parent can go live that they're not going to go live.
Yeah, it's like Johnny said, like he doesn't put his hand in the cookie jar directly. He goes about it in a different, and then we got the dog, the ship, the writer, or the dog, the ship, the letter. It reminds me of the foreign policy that he did in Syria. He got on the phone with Erdogan, went on Twitter the next day, we're pulling out of Syria. The Pentagon's going, what the hell? Well, he's got Trump towers over there. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, he's a schmuck. I know we've asked this a million times, but we're going to ask it again. How is Donald Trump going to leave the White House?
Kicking and screaming. Pardon me.
They're going to have to take him out at gunpoint to get him out. You know?
Pardon me for 1 second.
Are they going to have to tranquilize him?
We'll have to plug something real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lenny is in the chat somewhere, I think, for when my chat was working. This social, not social, I guess you can call it social media, but people who go and act a fool in public are called Karens, right? These are, I guess, attributed to the females. And then the men are called Kevins, I guess. So there's someone who has a product out there. She received an email from a very irate young man because she doesn't like Trump, and he went off and whined and cried. So she made a lip gloss called Male Tears, and she named it Kevin.
Love it.
So this will be Donald Trump's tears.
Love it.
Because she named all the rest of them after Donald Trump.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And so that's how he's going to be escorted out, kicking and screaming.
Which I want to follow up this question. What color is that? Let me see.
It's clear.
Oh, it's clear. Just
So
like
for you, Donald Trump. We'll put some tears right on here.
Does it taste good?
Mm-hmm. Tastes like sorrow.
It looked a little bit yellowish. I was like, with the thing on it. I don't know. I'd be putting that on my lips.
This is ugly light.
Wait, what was our question?
How is Donald Trump going to leave the White House?
How's Trump leaving the White House?
Well, Ace of Water, that could be his tears right there. Queen of Water. Yes. I'm gonna stick with kicking and screaming, actually. I get the Ace of Water with the Queen of Water. So there is going to be some emotions, and it might be an overflow of emotion. There might be some tears. Get my cup ready, sir. There is the Five of Swords, so there might be a bit of a struggle. And then the Six of Swords to get somebody to move on. There is the Death and the Magician, an ending to the power. You don't have to go. Let me say this for the record, just in case he listens. You don't have to go. They'll call security.
Oh,
He doesn't have to go on his own, but somebody will help you.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you. They know where the door is.
I got the world completion on the bottom, but I also feel like it's done on kind of a global scale. Like everybody sees it. Like there's going to be video of this. Yeah, it will be done in a power play. The challenge is not to kill him. Like, dude, come on, before we have to shoot your ass. It's not for a collaboration. Like, just don't take him completely out. There is a big fight So he's going kicking and screaming. And that gets a lot of judgment because it is on a global stage, so to speak. But Trump is like just acting insane. And there, like I have said before, there's somebody that's like a big bouncer that comes in, like that's bigger than Trump, that comes in, and another guy with him to kind of bully him out. They get him out, but this is like in a quiet padded cell somewhere, maybe in a straitjacket. But it's a big guy, and their challenge is not to literally kill him or take him out. Good news for Biden, he's out by the time Biden gets back.
I'm getting a very large, heavy-set person as well. Very, very large, heavy-set person. Ultimately, pissing and shitting his pants because of all the trouble he's going to be in financially. I got the mice right in the middle. This is like the I'm shitting my pants kind of card right there. So, yeah.
Well, he can do that too because he thinks that'll like put off a big old bouncer. But it's like literally, there's going to be a White House bouncer.
Yeah, he's going to be pissing and shitting his pants. Here's a question. I had seen it on the David Pakman show a few days ago that there's rumor that Donald Trump is going to go to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas and he's just not going to come back. That he just ain't going to. That's what we in the military call going AWOL. So is Donald Trump going to go down to Mar-a-Lago and not come back?
And just sit down there and sulk.
And basically that would be him abandoning his post as president.
Which would make sense. I mean, you draft dodge, so I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Bone spurs.
You know what's funny is, he changed his address to Mar-a-Lago, and yet supposedly he can't live there year round because of it being in the status as more like a hotel.
Yeah.
He can't live there year round. So it's like, where's he going to go?
And the thing is too, that just boggles my mind. That man has put the presidential seal on every single one of his properties, which is like completely illegal for him to do that. But so let's see, is Donald Trump going to go to Mar-a-Lago and not come back?
Something about he's gonna go cry wolf. He's gonna go and make some sort of statement, announcement, tweet, whatever it is, that something's wrong when it's really not. I don't know. I'm not getting a direct answer whether or not he's coming back. I just get the King of Swords and the Stars, so there's something for the future. The Hierophant ends it all, but there is going to be a lot of sadness because something is complete with the world and the Five of Cups. But I do get the Manaz rune. It's reversed. This is normally mankind, governmental structures, mankind structures, churches, whatever, something that mankind built is reversed. So he is in a state of despair. Because also get now fits. Now fits is normally desperation and emergency. It's reversed. He is going to lie about some sort of state of affairs being horrible. Maybe he's got the flu. Maybe he's got bone spurs for real this time. There is some sort of boy who cried wolf speech coming, but I don't get an answer whether he's.
Are you getting that he's even going down there? Because I'm not getting any travel cards.
I didn't get travel, but I do get that there is some sadness.
Like there's Mar-a-Lago, his legacy on the bottom, but I don't get any travel cards. I get like he's trying to cling to his authority, which would be like in the White House. So he lays down the sword where he's at. He just stays there. His challenge is to do what he's done in the past, which is to go to Mar-a-Lago. But I don't get that he goes. I get that he stays there. This is the knight that doesn't move forward. He's like steady. He's set in and trying to power play. And then I get something about that, like Baron and Melania are out in the cold from him, and I get my divorce card with Melania again. Like maybe she goes to Mar-a-Lago and he's not going to go down there because she's down there.
Interesting, because I'm getting. I asked, is he going to Mar-a-Lago and not coming back? It ends here in the tree. It means he's rooted. Trees don't get up and move. Okay. But there's important business here. I don't know what that is. So I asked, where is he going to be on Christmas? He's going to be in bed, depressed over a decision or a choice where he's not seen here. I don't know.
Ask, does he even go to Mar-a-Lago? I don't think he even goes.
Let me ask.
Does he even go to Mar-a-Lago? Because if he may be deeply rooted where he works, which is, you call that work, the White House.
Laying in bed depressed.
Yeah, I'm not going. You can't make me leave. If he's worried if he leaves the White House, they won't let him back in. He's that crazy.
He's afraid we're going to change the locks on his ass. Let me see.
That's right. KFC and his jammies.
Trump go to Mar-a-Lago for
Let me
Christmas?
put some more of his depression on. Wait a minute.
Does Trump go to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas? Will Trump travel to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas? Will Trump travel to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas? No, he stays in the White House. He stays. He makes a choice or a decision here. There's him in the White House, the entourage, the administration. This was what I had originally pulled. These are not action cards. It doesn't show him leaving. But there's something really significant here where he's doing paperwork to exercise and show his authority and his power. So I don't know if this is pardoning everybody as a Christmas gift. Here you go. You get a pardon, and you get a pardon, and you get a pardon. Everybody gets a pardon. And it is also referring to documents that expose his finances here. So, but the other one's showing that he's at home. He's at home here. Yeah. So what are you guys getting?
Thank you, Marby. I get he's like stuck where he's at too. I get that, steadfast where he is, and he's working on an abundance of stuff with overseas commerce. And then I get that divorce card again, with the lovers, like he's working on a divorce or trying to separate stuff out. Yeah, he's dissatisfied in the White House. He's sulking.
Good. Put some more of those tears on your mouth. What did you get, Johnny?
Same thing. I get radio, but it's in reverse, so there is no trip. There is no movement. There is no transportation. I get Dagos and Thurisos, which Thurisos is thunder and lightning danger. And then Dagos is breakthroughs and awakenings and enlightenment. So there might be some sort of statement again that he's going to come out, woe is me. He may make some sort of announcement, as it were.
I won.
Bless you, Artie.
Bless you, Artie.
He's over here sneezing, sorry. Goodness.
So that's what I get.
That's Mallory. Thank you, JR.
You guys want to read again on who's going to be the AG?
Let's see if Biden's settled on it. Anybody? What do you think, Artie? Yeah. You got a little stuffy head, sinus? Or mom just needs to dust mop the floor and get the dust off the floor.
He's so cute when he sneezes.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Wait, what's our question?
Who's going to be Biden's attorney general?
Wait, you're not foggy headed. I'm foggy headed tonight. But I was showing Johnny earlier. I did get my new cat socks, so I don't have to put them off to for a little bit. I've got socks at least for another week or two.
Oh, and my scarf back there. They wanted to see it the last time too.
Oh yeah, this is Johnny's scarf, all finished, red and black, nice and long. Well, because Johnny's bigger than me, so it's not as won't be as long as he is.
But that's where I wanted to hang it right in there.
Yeah. And I'm working on a solid black one for his brother with some texture to it, but I can only work on it in good light because it's solid black. So what are you guys getting for the AG?
I think it might be a woman. Or it could be someone who worked with Kamala on something. But I think it might be a woman. Someone who may have prosecuted or had the opportunity to prosecute financial crimes. But that's as much as I get. They are a lawyer, of course, but...
See, I've always gotten that it's a woman. It's interesting because I know Doug Jones from Alabama is like in the lead, supposedly. Thank you, Cher Bear. But I get there's like a sudden change, and I get that again in the spread with the death card, like that there's a man, but the challenge is to say yes to the man. Like he can't say yes to this man for some reason. He sees that man as very strong, but there's something that changes. So I'm going to say it's going to be a woman because he looks elsewhere. And he has to defend his choice. There's going to be some arguing about it. But he's waiting to announce who it's going to be.
I don't get any characters at all. I just get that it was someone that may have been in a large body of people. He suffered some way, shape, or form. This person may have had access to classified information or has knowledge, and there was uncertainty around his career, but the uncertainty and the indecision eventually gets resolved. And this is a person of good standing, but their career was cut somehow through a decision. It was cut through a decision.
Or an election. I mean, that would be Doug Jones.
No, it's not an election, it's a decision. This person was cut off. This person is going to have some difficulties with corruption, thievery, and losses, and there's significant obstacles, sudden losses, and an obstacle here. But they find a solution to it. I don't get any character cards at all. However, inside the card inserts, I get the Jack of Diamonds and the King of Clubs. So if anything, it could be a man. It's not telling me.
The older man.
Huh?
My Kipper says the older man, and it goes along with the thievery and corruption too, because I get the false person and thievery too.
Uh-huh.
With the older man.
Yeah.
I
It's like somebody that was
because I've always gotten it's a woman, and I think Becca in the past you've gotten it with a woman, didn't you?
No.
When we
Nope.
looked at
the first time I read on it, it was a man. It was man bears scythe garden something else, like a powerful man in the community, and it was man bear garden scythe ship, a powerful man in the community, or a powerful man in a network, a person that's closely tied to a large group of people that have a lot of financing and a lot of power, but he was cut off somehow and he had to transition and move away. He had to go far. Here I don't pick up a man or woman specifically, but I'm looking at the inserts and there's male energy here. But this person was cut off from a large group. So I don't know.
Because when I do readings on, all the Trump people in court, a prosecutor, a woman pops up every time. Now, that doesn't mean she's the AG. She could just be the one bringing the case, but she's not Letitia. She's somebody else because she's the Queen of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for the AG, I don't know. But I get whoever going after the Trumps is a woman.
So maybe the woman is like a deputy AG or something like that,
Yeah. I get there's bless you. Are you sneezing again?
Bless little Artie. You're so
I
cute.
guess there's like 3 people, like an abundance of people that he's looking at and sort of like investigating and talking to. So I don't know that he's decided yet.
Do you have your Lenormand there, Jenny?
I do.
Johnny, I'm going to pull 3 cards and say describe Biden's Attorney General. Let's see if we can get it that way. Describe Biden's Attorney General.
Yeah, they're flipping cards around. Where'd it go?
You said 3?
Yeah.
Older, energetic, confrontational. I got Lily's writer whip.
Lily's rider and whip. That's a lot of male energy there.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that is older and wiser, that brings forward arguments. That's a fighter. They fight. Mature, satisfied, and makes good decisions on how they're going to move forward and fight. What are you getting, Jenny?
My first card is Crossroads, which just incidentally is the Queen of Diamonds. Keep that in mind. Crossroads,
Cross,
and ship.
A difficult decision for a transition, a difficult decision for a journey. Someone, and we're asking for.
Could that be a judge, someone who would make decisions to burden or to prosecute or to persecute? Or would you need the lilies for it to be a judge?
Well, you would need lilies and tower. But I guess by itself, maybe, because it's the lilies is someone that is regal. It's someone that is patient, kind, has a lot of factor about them, older, mature, wiser. Someone that takes their time, doesn't just jump in right away. I'm getting that someone that is successful, triumphant, but there's a problem here or trouble with the contract, a false promise. There's a false promise here. I get the snake. She's the queen of clubs. But I asked it to describe it. So descriptors, the sun would be someone that is optimistic, blonde hair. Snake is someone that is lanky, seductive, troublesome, speaks with a forked tongue. But it's someone that has a problem with a promise or an agreement. And then I get the ring. I don't know, because I've always gotten a man, but this is the first time I've gotten that. It could be someone that has an S somewhere in their name. It could be a woman that has an S in her name. Not always, but sometimes. So I don't know if this would be like a Sally Yates. Let me see.
I don't see Sally Yates in it. I'm going to ask yes, no. Is Sally Yates still being considered for AG? But she was in the running.
I almost want to say it's a person of color.
Because that's the snake hair is dark haired, dark eyed.
Because my Othala would be an ethnic person of some sort.
I'm getting that there's an opportunity here for someone that they've been around a very long time, maybe some sort of like an ambassadorship or a veteran of some sort. But again, I'm getting a man, like an older, wiser, mature person, perhaps someone that could have had a job somewhere where they would have been lifelong. So, but it's an older man. Lifelong here. They had an opportunity for something that was lifelong.
I don't think of Doug Jones as that old. I don't know how old he is.
Garland?
It could. Merrick Garland's name has been tossed out there too. Let's ask. That would make more sense.
Because I'm seeing a person that is lifelong, but then they would have been in a large body and there was a quick decision and were cut off.
Yeah. Like he would have been for, a lifelong. I mean, he's still a lifelong position as a federal judge in DC.
Yep. That doesn't mean you can't tap him, So will Merrick Garland be the next Attorney General? Will Merrick Garland be the next Attorney General?
Be funny if he's arguing cases in the Supreme Court all the time, even though he didn't get to sit on the Supreme Court. Merrick Garland is 68, they're saying.
That would fit into the Lilies, because the Lilies is the seniors, older.
I hate when I ask something and it tells me everything except what I asked you. It's a career official. Here with the chariot, that's an older person for me in the tarot. There is Queen of Swords. It's a lawyer. It's not a woman specifically, but this is a career lawyer. Here with the Eight of Pentacles, this person's been in their position or in a position for quite some time. Like double-digit number, like 20 years, whatever the case may be. And then just get hardworking and skillful. So the tarot doesn't know, but I don't know either.
I don't know either. I give up. I get that there's happy negotiations right now about someone that's going to be independent. This person has to be independent. They're negotiating right now. The feedback here is going to be there's a lot of passion, a passionate opportunity. Feedback of a passionate opportunity, but it's going to be someone that is independent here with the fish.
Now, here is another reason why this
And
could
this
be.
is also King of Diamonds. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. What were you saying, Johnny?
Well, I think that's one of the reasons it could be going in so many different directions is you get Joe Biden at a table. So we're trying to read his energy, and then the other people around are also weighing in. So this is it's splintering because there are so many different people, I guess, that may have a say so in this.
And
Yep.
AG has to go through the procedure, to get what you call it by the
Confirmed.
confirmed. I kind of think he might nominate a woman first, and that she gets blocked for some reason. So that may be why I'm picking up on a woman. Because when I read on Merrick, I'm like, he gets the job. He stands in power and truth. Something changing with him.
I'd love to see that, so Mitch McConnell's head can just explode on live TV.
That would be hysterical, right, Artie?
See, even Artie's laughing. So we have 15 minutes left. Did you guys want to do the funny question now because it's a little bit extensive, or did you want to wait?
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. So someone left a comment on the community page, and we're going to use that as your funny question for tonight. So if Donald Trump, perfect question for the season since Christmas is next week. If Donald Trump was to be visited by the ghosts that were in the Christmas Carol, so the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future, what would he do? What would he learn from that? If Donald Trump got visited by the ghost of the Christmas Carol.
So let's start with the ghost of Christmas past, because I want to pull a few cards on each one.
Okay.
The ghost of Christmas past. If they came, took Trump back to some time in his past, what would they say to him? What would they show him?
I think the only time the ghost of Christmas past would have to take him back to the time when he was a fetus in the womb. That's probably the only time he wasn't an asshole in his whole life. Like, like he's just a bad person. Pardon my French, y'all. Oh, let's see. So how are we wording this, Jenny?
The ghost of Christmas past. Where are they taking him? What are they saying to him? What are they showing him? What are they saying to him?
Jesus Christian.
What did you get, Johnny? The ghost of Christmas past. What are you telling Donald Trump? Well, Johnny.
Oh, let me drink some more tears. Wait a minute.
Drink some more tears.
Oh, sweet home Alabama. Yes.
Johnny, you're cracking me up. You're keeping me over here in suspense.
I put oracle cards.
What'd you get?
So for the past, I got Gabriel, the angel of heralds. This would be stories. This would also be trying to see through the facade of whatever it is you are building. This is for the past. But now this is knowledge. This is gaining knowledge. So when we go to the past, we want you to learn these things going forward so that you can correct what you are doing in the present. So if we're going to go back, we need you to do this so that you don't do that. And then what did he learn? Nothing. Dot is openness, void, and as you can see, big hole in the head. There is Nothing. It's like,
Like there's a meme on that, like when a doctor is looking into Trump's ear and the light shines on the wall on the other side of his head.
Oh my God.
He has room in his temple. This is very much true. In his present, there is Shell and GL. This is basically the rune or the card for death. This is endings. This is, we need you to fix something. We need you to also try to make a bad situation into a good one. Dancing in the snow. You know, everything is dying around you, but that doesn't mean you can't be happy. Chokama, again, with the knowledge. This is gaining knowledge. This is having knowledge. So they need him to know things. And then there's the gateway. It just goes in one way and then back out the other. They need him to learn. They need him to know. They need him because his entire problem right now is he's playing a character and he's not himself, and so forth and so forth. The future. Bless your hearts.
What do you call that, Johnny? Head movies? He's living in his own head movie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here with Keter, this is basically God. So this is the future. This is the crown. This is spirituality. This is God. And then I have vengeance and punishment right afterwards. So this is why you got so many knowledge cards. Learn now, that way you don't have vengeance and punishment. And mind you, let a little side note into this here one. Samikiel in the book, the Angel of Vengeance. What he's doing right now is he is calling upon, like Paula White calling upon the angels of Africa, like she did. You can call Samikiel whenever you need Samikiel to appear, if you need some sort of vengeance in your life. If you do, and there is no real crime for vengeance to be carried out, then he carries out his vengeance upon you because you wasted his time. So this is what he's doing now. Again, this is what you were supposed to know. You're supposed to gain knowledge and keep knowledge, but now you have the cards of vengeance and punishment. Congratulations and Merry Christmas.
Just an empty hole up here. Hi, T with Karen here. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Karen. So it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring except for Donald Trump creating chaos everywhere. You know, like he's like this as a kid. You know, his challenge was to get completion of some sort of moral authority or the things of tradition and value. He never got that completed. He just created, you know, chaos all the time as a kid, and he needed to get a different perspective on things. But even as a child, he plays a loop in his head over and over and over again. He tells himself the same lies he tells everybody else until he believes them. So he lives in this little loop in his head all the time about how great he is. The Angel of Spirit Christmas Past tried to talk to him about learning to love and appreciate people, but he was stealing even back then. They're saying he should have gotten a day job, like learn something, learn a skill, learn something. But he didn't do it. I haven't pulled for present or future yet, so Becky can go for present and future.
The Ghost of Christmas Past, which is interesting because we got the lilies in the middle, that would be like your past. This is talking about legacy, lineage. Wants him to know about why he was isolated, institutionalized here for a choice that he made where he needed to mature. And somewhere important that they sent him to where it may have been a park or a large institution with a lot of people. So perhaps something that he did that, I don't know, wasn't he in military school or something like that?
They sent him to military school.
Because it's showing that something about where he was institutionalized here. And there's a very significant network or a congregation of people, an important park, perhaps, This could be like a campus. So they take him back there because there was a very significant decision that was made back then. So they take him back to that time. That's what I'm getting for the Ghost of Christmas Past. Let's see the Ghost of Christmas Present. The Ghost of Christmas Present.
Well, interesting for the Ghost of Christmas Present, I get the Hierophant on the bottom. It's like, okay, well, now, that's what you were supposed to work on in your past. Now you're sitting there all smug with the tower sitting on you. So, you can be burdened all you want to, pack your bags, you're moving, you're not staying there. They're trying to show him the way, and to enlighten him somehow, but all he's got in his future are courting lawyers, and a divorce. And he's going to be very dissatisfied in coming up later with, the White House here, like having to leave the White House. He's being foolish. So they're just showing him he's being foolish still. Let's see for future.
So for the Ghost of Christmas Present, I'm getting that they show him that he has been a persistent fraud. Okay. And he's got, if this is in regards to work here with the Fox, he's got a very important job that he needs to be working on right now. And he's got serious responsibilities that he's neglecting. He's giving his responsibilities the cold shoulder. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And that's going to get him in a lot of problems. It's going to give him huge loads of headaches. He's going to have powerful enemies. Why? Because he's a fraud. He's always thinking that he can outsmart people, get out of things, weasel out of things, but it's persistent fraud, bad decisions. He doesn't make the sacrifices that are necessary, and he creates his own problems. That's what the Ghost of Christmas Present would tell him. So now let's look at the Ghost of Christmas Future. For Donald Trump was going to get a big, huge bag of coal for Christmas this year.
Punishment and vengeance.
Yep.
Take your pick.
What would the Ghost of Christmas Future show Trump?
So, I started out with the Hierophant and the World card in the past. So now I get the World on the bottom, completion, end of a cycle, right? So guess what? You better be making some new plans and getting a different perspective on things, because you lost, dude. You lost, and no matter how much you cling to this White House and this presidency, Biden's coming in. So you better be packing. They're trying to tell him, like, you're not balanced. You need to get balanced somehow in your mind. Get focused on your family. Do something that you've done in your past to try to get some steady money coming in. Find a way to move on from the White House, because he's just not accepting that he lost.
Mm-mm. I think Johnny's was the best. Punishment and what?
Vengeance.
Punishment and vengeance. I am getting that. The Ghost.
Thank you, Miter, by the way.
Thank you, Miter. The Ghost of Christmas Future is going to come visit him at night and show him that, dude, it's time to move on. Just go away. Go on vacation. Have a nice time. Go play. Go to the park. Go play out in the travel. Go eat some clovers. Yes. Sniff your nose. But it's time to go. It's time to go, or everything's going to loop over and over and over again. So that's what I am getting for the Ghost of Christmas Future. But
I have one more funny question.
Yes, let's do it.
Eric Trump, when he was in high school, struggled with school and everything. And when he went to college, somewhere else before going to Georgetown. Like, he went somewhere else for a couple of years and then went to Georgetown. And when he was in college at wherever the other place was, I can't remember if it was Penn or where, he struggled. And then he goes to Georgetown, a prestigious college of like Georgetown, and he graduates with honors.
Yeah, no.
With honors. So,
Barry.
Tell me about his time at Georgetown. Was he a smart student, or was he getting someone else to do his work?
They make paste with vitamins and minerals now, so maybe he, you know.
He's in the smart school books.
Mr. I.
He ate his weeds.
But it's not just the Trumps. There was an article that I had read not too long ago that accuses that Kushner did that as well too. That Kushner paid to go to an elite school and paid for a degree, basically. Yep. So tell me about Eric, Mr. I.E. Trump.
I
eat paste. Trump at Georgetown.
I tell you, he is so much like his dad.
University. Interesting. I'm getting that there was persistent problems and trouble with him. He may have had a friend, like skipping class or whatever, but he may have had a friend that did stuff for him that gave him the recognition here. Because there is a friend that moves forward, a friend that takes him on a journey. Also, he may have always been out and not there as well. Skipping class, not being there. This is action, this is action, this is action. So it's like he wasn't really there. That makes any sort of sense. And there may have been someone that he trusted that maybe took the tests or whatever for him or did his homework or whatnot. But
what are you getting, Johnny?
I get that there was some issue with his first school, as in he was not gaining anything with the Gebo. He was not gaining any knowledge. He wasn't going to gain any degrees. There was a breakthrough, which is not necessarily a gaining of knowledge. It's more along the lines of an illumination. That he was in danger, girl, and he needed to go and make a change here with AWAS, a dramatic change. This is like the death card. And Hoggeloss is here. Everything went wrong, even there. There was someone, however, that I guess he paid, or whatever the case may be. Somebody else on paper is Eric Trump. Because they're the ones who went to school. He was just the one who got the degree.
mm-hmm.
There's a facade, and he paid somebody. So, yeah, I.E. Paste graduated from college, but I guess I.E. Money is the one who helped him.
Well, I get it's the family legacy. You know, it runs in the family. The challenge was to be victorious, but you know, he's a loser too. You know, he couldn't do it, so it was manipulated through someone who was loyal to the family. And that's the person, you know, who did all the studying and everything. And he's paid off for it. Now that person is triped. So there's a non-disclosure. There's a non-disclosure that they can't share. But I'm getting that somebody's going to be talking about this soon. I get there's some anxiety around it, and then I get a court card. So I don't know if in the time, like, you know, maybe they paid too much for him to go to college, just like these other people that they're the celebrities that are, you know, getting charged now and going to jail, or if it's something about money and things that were going on in their taxes at the time that he was supposed to be in school, but something is coming out about his time in school.
His whole essay that he wrote, I eat paste.
That's his thesis.
Why paste is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we got for you guys tonight. Next week will be on Johnny's channel. So please make sure to keep an eye out for the community tabs on all of our pages. That's where we take the questions from. I will try to go live this week depending on how my head's feeling. I also want to give a quick shout out to Tea with KARIN. She was in the chat room tonight. If you guys haven't, please check out her channel. She's super fun. Lots of really cool stuff she's doing over there. And also Lori from The Way of Positive Change, Onus Tarot, and Autumn from Black and Orange Tarot. And I wanted to thank everyone who super chatted tonight, who donated. Thank you to Jenny and Johnny for reading tonight on Sunday. And we will see.
Adrian, did you mention it? Adrian,
Red Lentil Healing. Jace, if you want a lot of fun. Jace's channel is, what is it, Johnny?
Jace Harnage.
Jace Harnage. Her channel, but that's for adults only. Some scandalous language is used, but it's loads of fun. And thank you all. And
next week is our last together before Christmas. So
yes.
We're on the 12 days of Christmas right now.
I know. I got to get Moose's new advent calendar because he finished the other one already.
Wait, we're in the 12 days of Christmas. Wait, we got to ask real quick. What's Trump getting for the first day of Christmas?
Oh, okay.
Partridge in the pear tree.
What is
Trump getting from his true love? My true love gave to me. That would be from Melania or Ivanka. Who's his true love?
That hoe had the U-Haul van all loaded up. As soon as he found out he lost, she was like, bounce, like, peace out. Like,
what's Trump getting for the first day of Christmas?
He's getting a lump of coal. I get Isa. This is a big block of ice, a big block of something. Or he's getting some blockages. Maybe he'll get some binding agent so he doesn't have so many incidents. Maybe that's what he'll get. He'll get constipation for Christmas.
What is Donald Trump getting for the first day of Christmas? What is Donald Trump getting for the first day of Christmas?
Something he's hiding because he stole it. He didn't get anything. He had to steal something to get something. But he'll claim it's his. I won the presidency. That's my election. That's for my votes.
I'm just getting a hamburger and a small fry. Look at that. Persistent. There's food. There's his hamburger and there's, hamburgers and fries and a small drink. That's what I'm getting. I'm just being a jackass at this point. But hope that was fun, everybody. I was hoping for something more like the mice and the coffin so I can say like a box of poo, but no.
He's already got that in his diapers. He doesn't need more of that.
Oh, Lord.
Right, Artie?
Yep, there's my little Artie, his little Ugg boots. Well, thank you everybody so much. Like I said, I'll try to go live this week. Hopefully I can finish off my medication and be better in the head. So thank you everybody. Have a great week and we will see you soon. Bye.
All right.